but it's different when you're in your home because now you have to find that balance.
Yeah.
I guess I can say.
Yeah.
So you get me?
I get you because like.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Copinho, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Making Sense with Copinho. This is where we talk about random thoughts on random topics. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of this podcast. I'm your host, Copinho. Today we have a special guest coming from LA. Let's welcome Daina. Do I say Daina or Daina?
Daina. I know
Daina.
there's an I. It throws off everyone.
Because I'm very respectful of people's names. That's why.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But first off, how are you?
I am doing well. It's Friday morning here, and I can't complain. It's bright outside. It's a nice day, and I'm trying to.
Oh yeah, for people who are watching the YouTube version of this podcast, as you can see, I'm not in my usual location. I'm not in my room. I'm actually in my office here in LA. I'm checking. I cannot wish.
You came all the way here for this.
Exactly. It's all bright. It's morning. One of the things that came out of this whole lockdown, this whole COVID situation is the ability of adapting to working from home, which is our topic. Yes. So let's go on to our first segment. So our first segment is about if there is any similarities or differences in working from home in both there in LA and London, or what's the difference working from home from working in the office?
Yeah, well, maybe I can just dive a little bit what my situation is, because for sure I can't speak for everyone. Yeah. Everyone's situation is different. I can say in confidence that yes, a lot of people are more working from home if they have the ability to, especially those working in an office setting. For me personally, I've actually been working from home for a few years now, which is lovely. But of course, when COVID hit, it did have its changes just because now my family members are home when we're so used to having our own lives, outside of the home setting, because now home base is now just where everyone is. And so it's that interaction I had to really adapt to as well, because where I can just be in my own setup for when I'm working, you have to expect that occasional door open or someone walk behind you, or mind you, my working situation, like I said, I've been working from home for quite some time now, so I've been able to really get used to that and take advantage of that and make it work for me. Since I'm not strict to a 9 to 5, I could actually use my time quite flexible. Like, it's quite flexible as long as I put in the hours needed. And because my work also entails my work also includes working with others or events, or also being on site elsewhere. So I'm not always in front of my table or in front of my laptop. A lot of the time I'm also out in the field. So that's changed also, just the amount of obviously having events or coordinating things in person. Now I have to coordinate things from home, which is, since I was used to for the past years, it didn't take too long to adapt to. I think it was just the situation I had to adapt to.
I like that you with half of the things you said is what I'm experiencing as well. For example, before lockdown, I used to see friends and family every week, and now, since lockdown started, I haven't been able to really see them, and sometimes sometimes Zoom just doesn't work, especially with
Yeah, it's not
my.
the same.
It's not the same,
It's
yeah.
not the
So I
same.
think that's one of the similarities that I guess we're experiencing.
I mean, mind you, I'm not like the most sociable person when it comes to like hanging out. I do love like, being at home and just trying to rest. I love socializing. I like meeting people. I don't find I'm not anxious about those types, those situations. Really, I love meeting people. I love getting to know people and being put into like surprising situations. But I guess it's more so like when it comes to reconnecting. Like I have
Yeah.
my childhood friends where we literally like we make it. We need to put in the effort to have a reunion like once a year or something because like we're all different places, and so but in past years we've been able to like, okay, around New Year's is usually our time where we'll schedule some kind of reunion and meet up here or have a lunch here. But this past year we've actually been able to just revert to Zoom and actually have our catch up sessions more than once, which is nice. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we could have done that before, but given the situation, I think it pushed us to really, yeah, like you said, communicate more or find a way, make this situation, turn it into a positive. And I think that connection, connection in a sense really did become stronger across the board for me as well. And when it came to working from home, um, similar to you, like we had to revert to whatever means necessary for us to.
Well, I think it's amazing though that any place really, doesn't necessarily mean just in LA or just in the UK, but it's just a lot of workplace have you know I don't know how to say it, but like they have found, like what you said, find any means for work to continue, and by that
we had to. Yeah, we had
we were able to adapt to working in our own home, in which some jobs you never really thought that it would work, but here we are, it's working. But we do have that kind of privilege, I would say, that with us we're able to work from home, but others they can't. They work in retail or first line. What do you first frontline. So I said first line. I was like thinking, because first line is what we call like my old job. That's why. No, frontline. Yeah, frontline. So frontline workers, they have to risk themselves just to be able to provide for their family, and it's very commendable for them to do that. So for us, I guess one of the similarities is we do have that privilege of being able to sit in our homes and do the work, be in the comfort of our own homes, which I feel very lucky that I was able to experience.
Said at the beginning, like I can't speak for everyone. Even work from home situations are different for everyone, where some really can't work from home. Like I understand the need to just be out of your home space. You need like a workspace, which is one of the things I've even tried to adapt in my own room, where I actually didn't get a desk until recently.
Yeah.
So even just working from home for a while, I just made my situation work. I worked off the side of my bed or wherever I can sit. I mean, and that was comfortable enough for me. Like obviously, other times where I really did need to just sit comfortably for a good amount of time, I'll situate myself from a desk. But I have friends who are parents. I have friends who really just, it's impossible or really just hard to work from the home setting because they need to not be distracted or whichever. I think if you've seen like memes or posts about like people, since a lot of people are online now, you see all the things happening behind them or whichever. Like that's the normal, which is like funny and
it's just relatable, isn't it?
It's so relatable, right? Yeah. And
Because I
I
remember
think,
before COVID, when that happens, you see that on the news, like,
yeah,
how are they not controlling their environment? Well, like,
right. Now
and
all of
then
us
now
are like
now
relate.
now it's like I totally relate. I understand why that's going on in the
Yeah,
background.
yeah,
um,
exactly.
I think there was like a time where um the work was so busy. I woke up, started work, and then after work it's basically I just stayed in my room for the whole day, and it's just like
Yeah.
this is depressing. I need to get out, and
I feel you. I totally feel you.
because
I've had
once you
moments where I'm like, when was the last time I was out? Like I don't
because
really.
once you start falling into that hole, it's hard
Yeah.
to get out. But you need to remember, like, you need to kind of have a routine, to
Yes.
make yourself
Yes. I was actually going to dive into
sane.
that too. Like you have to make it work for you and be aware.
Yeah.
Be aware of how you are in this space. Because like for
Hmm.
me, I take a lot of breaks. Mind you, I take a lot of breaks, so I'm just not sitting for like hours on end. Which a lot of the times, yes, it um is not possible towards whatever thing you're working on. Maybe you do need to be seated for the entire time, but whenever I can, I'll take a break or at least get up and stretch or something because my
Yeah.
back, my lower back,
Yeah.
I'm not as young as I look. So,
I'm not getting younger.
yeah. So, any chance to just kind of, get up and move because sitting in a space or being in a space for so long does crazy things to you.
Yeah, no,
It can
I
be
totally
depressing.
get what you mean. Yeah.
Right. And but it's taken I guess like in the past months I've been able to really reap the benefits of little changes I've made here and there about taking more breaks or having water by my side all the time and understanding like where my boundaries are when it comes
Yeah.
to work, when it comes to personal things, when I need to eat or, like, because it's easy to just also forget the natural, like, daily
Yeah.
needs that you need to do, like eat when you're in your home setting. I
Yeah.
think when we're in the office or when it's just like, okay, work hours, like we already know that routine is like, okay, this time is my break time and then this is my lunch
Yeah. You
time
need to have a proper
work.
routine.
But it's different when you're in your home because now you have to find that balance.
Yeah.
I guess I can say.
Yeah.
You get me.
I get you because like
Yeah.
I've experienced it. I've done too much comfort, I would say.
Yeah.
Where you just
Yeah.
too relaxed at home, but you need to really just pick yourself back up and
Exactly.
like you have to do this work properly. And but I guess to wrap up this segment, I would say that no matter even though you're in LA or here in England, there's
Sounds the
similar.
same.
It's the
There's a lot
same,
of
working
similarities.
from home we're experiencing the pros and cons of working from home.
Yeah.
And depending on the differences, it just depends on which, depend on the job that you're taking, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
or how you're doing at home. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of differences, I would say. But so for our second segment, let's talk about what we could hope for after this pandemic, after COVID, and what hopefully could happen.
Yes.
Uh,
Obviously, reconnect with friends or people I
mhm,
haven't been able to hang out with in a long time would be nice. Like I've held off a trip to Colorado where
mhm,
my one of my closest cousins are, and I have been able to take a trip to Northern California, a short one, like, last
mhm.
year, past August, which was nice and very refreshing. But obviously, traveling in this situation is completely different than two
It's
years ago.
completely
So,
different. Yeah.
but just, but like the anxieties of being in a plane or whichever, which is something that my parents are very like not wanting me to do. So
it's very risky. Yeah.
So being able to travel to somewhere where I would have to take a plane is where my parents were just like stopping me there. You know,
cross the line. Yeah.
Yeah, crossing the line.
That's where the line. Yeah.
That's where it is. But like I said, when I was able to take a trip to Northern California, it was just 6-hour drive up, so it wasn't too bad. But I do miss traveling for sure, which Colorado would be my number one right now, just to be able to be with my cousin who's there. And just because it was already a planned trip that just had to stop. And then traveling in general too.
Yeah. It's just
like I see like those travel posts and I do like I would so go visit you in Europe. That's always been on like my bucket list.
My plan was to visit you guys, but just with the COVID, it's like not today.
When were you here? Was it 2018, right?
2018. It's been a while.
We came here.
I was actually planning to take my friends as well and my family to go around LA, and it's just COVID was like, no, not
like when you first told or asked me to talk about like traveling or talk about like what to do here in LA, I'm like, I don't know anymore.
Everything's changed.
I can't remember, honestly, I can't remember the last time I was in downtown. I mean, I see people being able to, do so just within their, household or just one or two friends or something. But yeah, just being home and just trying to be safe because my parents are older. I just refrained from, any being in more crowded areas.
Yeah, I guess that's one of my answer actually to the question of what I could hope for. I think all I could hope for is just go back to
That's
That's okay. I guess my one is to be able to go out, for example, to the shops or to the center with like all the crowd without the worries of with the virus, the pandemic, without all the worries of that. Just like back to the normal. I think that's
which I don't think we're ever gonna be completely yet to. But what's nice, I think, with everyone being cautious. Well, not everyone, but with the having to be cautious of our surroundings, wearing masks, social distancing. We've been able here. I don't know how it is there. Like we've been able to take advantage still of certain outdoor activities. Like I don't go out a lot, like I mentioned, but my work tasks for the day, I did meet up with a colleague in a outdoor setting, and I was just so surprised because this was like an outdoor mall kind of deal, like a shopping center. So I was surprised by how many people were out and like how many. There was like a farmer's market where there was like small businesses selling their products, and it was just refreshing to be out and about.
Yeah.
Other people there, taking advantage of, the outdoor area. And I don't know, I think in a year we've been able to see where, not push the limits of, not being safe, obviously, but to make our situation work, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess you can say. And so I don't feel too restricted when it comes to being in outdoor settings. Being in indoor shopping centers, that's another question. That would be nice because I love just walking around.
Yeah.
So that would be nice to not be so...
yeah, because once you go out, the first thing that really comes to your mind is just, is it going to be safe?
Exactly.
Do I have my mask?
Exactly.
Right? So that's why I was saying,
when those questions can ease a bit more, like ease off, that would be nice. And which they are, like, things are improving here, actually. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been looking at the numbers, and since vaccines are being distributed faster now, or to more of the public, getting there, I guess, in a slow way.
We could just hope.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm saying in a positive. I'm staying positive.
Exactly, yeah. We're saying the positive.
Baby steps, we'll get there. Baby steps, we'll be able to see your friends again.
You never know. And maybe later this year, we can look back into this episode and be like, do you remember we were just talking about what we could hope for? Or maybe next year. Maybe next year I'll be in LA and I'm like, yeah, do you remember we're just talking about? Here we are. You know, it's good to look into the positive. You know, it will keep us sane.
Yes,
it's I would love to look into the
attend weddings, not virtually. You know, I don't know if you've attended any virtual weddings in the past year.
I have.
Have you? Right? It's not the same. I mean,
it's not the same.
To, like, cheer and like hug them. Just, like,
I want to to express my joy to them, but it's just like but for me, I'm just like
selfie. Like, I'm with you.
But for me, I'm just like, I don't even know if they're looking at the webcam. Right. So
it's no, because I brought up the topic of weddings because my sister, she got engaged in the past couple months. So
oh wow, congrats.
Yeah. So with wedding planning, it's like you have all those health and safety issues, right, that you have to consider. And now
so another stress to wedding planning this
time. Well, I mean, they're making it work for obviously the situation. It'll be an intimate setting, but we need to be mindful of the numbers, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, an intimate wedding is nice, you know, with those just closest to you. But obviously, can't have as many people as maybe we hoped for as if 2 years ago. So, but that's why the topic came to mind, because I'm like, what's in the near future I'm really looking forward to is that wedding. My little sister, my baby sister, gets married.
Oh, shout out to you.
Yeah. Being able to eat in a restaurant.
I can't believe you forgot about food. Yeah,
it's like you forgot about food. Well, I mean, like, it's been because when I hang out with friends, it's always around food, right?
Yeah.
We just pick a nice place to eat at, and which, eating outdoors has its niceties, but it's obviously with all the restrictions and things in mind. But so to be able to just be in an indoor setting safely and interact interact more freely with others is something I really do look forward to.
I do miss sitting down a restaurant. It's just because kind of depressing, when you go to I don't know about LA, but here, if you walk around in a town center or a shopping center, you see all the restaurants closed.
Yeah,
and it's just
so sad.
Yeah, but hopefully after COVID, everything will be back, and you improve, like what you said. More people are more mindful about health and safety, really, health and and precautions. So I think hopefully after COVID, it'll be more improved on that area.
Oh, I for sure, I feel hopeful on that we're changing. Things are changing in a good way. I feel, or at least we're learning from our situation. So whatever takeaway we do that comes from this pandemic, it's just, we're going to evolve from that. Just like any, I guess, situation that we've been in as a society, we'll learn.
So for audience participation, as you know, we'd like to include you guys in the topic. So the other day we asked you guys a question on Instagram. So Dana, why don't you go ahead and shout out maybe 5 people? Or if you
Yeah.
want more, then go for it. So what did you
Um,
ask?
so this topic actually allowed me to just be a little bit more curious about what other people were going through or learned from working from home, because there are a good number of people that I follow or interact with on social media who are in a similar situation than me. So I asked, like, what is a good thing or a bad thing, or what did you like or not like about being work from home? And on a consensus, I think it's kind of something we talked about already in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's that connection with people, interacting with live humans. My Regine had answered. Shout out to Regine, my ate. Interacting with live humans. And Chanel also said that too. I think you know Chanel.
Yeah.
She mentioned, she says hi, by the way. She's like, I miss people. She said, I miss people. That's the only downside of work from home. And on a positive towards the work from home situation from Shalina, it's like, I love my lunchtime naps. Working on my bed on lazy days, which is nice too if you can have a lazy day, which I have maybe like once a week if no meetings or Zoom calls.
Yeah,
or
that's good.
I'm not gonna go sit at my desk. I'm just gonna stay in bed and work from there. I stay in my pajamas. Can I ask you what was
sure.
positive or something you didn't like? What do you like and not like about work from home?
Working from home, I like the I think it's not me, it's my dog. he likes that I'm around all the time.
Oh.
I mean, it was good. It's good, you know. I mean, because before working from home, obviously we have to leave my dog
Yeah.
by himself. But now working from home, we're always here, and I think he's happy. He's got company. What I didn't like about working from home, I think during my time was when I got too comfortable, and I'm just like, you know, like
that's what I brought. Just simply changing from your sleep clothes to another outfit. It's like it helps a lot, tremendously.
Yeah. And I just felt so lazy.
Yeah.
And I love that you brought up earlier where, find a way to have break if you can and stand up and move around is really helpful. But yeah, those are my thing. What's your other question? Are you gonna mention it?
I asked my social media family, and thank you to those who answered me. I asked what are like 3 things or 3 items that became essential or enhanced your work from home setup. I think the obvious is, a good table, a good chair, which is some of the answers that I got. But I listed, I had already just put out my own answers there, that one of the purchases I've made to enhance my work from home situation is my chair. It's not like the most comfortable chair, but it brought a pop of color because it's a teal velvet comfy chair. Yeah. Because I'm an artist, but a lot of the things I lean towards is black and white and just, simple patterns. So just the pop of color, like this chair was like it sparked joy. I guess that should have been my question. Like, what essential items spark joy for you in your work from home setup? So one of those was my chair. Another thing I said was I have hand lotion just right on my desk, like specifically for my desk. Because being home, I guess I didn't realize how many times I washed my hands in a day.
Mm-hmm.
And especially being winter, my skin gets really dry. So it's like automatic. Every time I sit back down, whether it come from the kitchen or the other room or from my bathroom, it's like automatic. I put hand lotion on, which has been nice. And it smells really good too. So
I don't think I got any.
that's
I think it's just everything was provided and I already have a setup. You know,
Oh, really? Okay.
I was already, I would say prepared.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really anything that. One of the things that I bought though, that helped me was my little. I had a little fan, electric fan.
Oh, yeah.
A desk fan, yeah. And
Yeah.
it was just a little thing on the side, so just helped me
Yeah. Make your
focus.
space like your own,
Yeah.
right? Like some of the answers I got from my friend April,
Hmm.
she said step stool, which really
Oh,
resonates with me because I'm
I
a
actually
small person.
wanted to buy one.
It's been on my mind for a while now because yeah, when my chair is raised, I'm positioned at my desk. My short little legs hang. So
Yeah.
there's actually
Oh.
I have a space where I kind of I can put my feet up on, but
Yeah.
a step stool or something just to put my feet on.
You know what I wanted to
Been on
buy
the mind.
actually? You know what I wanted to buy? I wanted to
Mm.
buy I don't know what it's called. I think it's called standing desk.
Yes, that's one of the
Wait.
answers I got too, like a table
Oh, okay.
riser or something. So if you can, yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Because
You can just adjust
when I stayed in LA, I think so my friend Elma joined. You know? So her
Yes.
sister had a standing desk, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I need that. You know, instead of
Right?
just sitting down, so you can literally just stand up while working. So that's, but hopefully someday. So the other day, I asked you, do you like working from home? So it's a poll, and I'll tell you the results. So it's really close. So 51% said yes, and 49% said no.
Oh wow.
So it's very
That,
close. So a lot of people actually said yes, but again, a lot of people said no as well.
yeah.
So I'll shout out five each. So the one who said yes, I want to give a shout out to at ncat85.px. So at the Alta, she said yes. At the second one, I want to shout out at Razor Gem. And the third one at Netcat. The fourth one at the underscored super dupes. And then the last one, I want to give a shout out to at X Jasmine. So some of those were my previous guests, but they like working from home. And the one who said no, I want to give a shout out to at Ange.Reina at underscore, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll try my best. ITN, ITN. The third one, I want to give a shout out to at Christetta Lund. The fourth one, I want to give a shout out to at Elisa X Chen. And the fifth one, I want to give out a shout out to at Ryan V Flow. So those are the people who said no. Do you like working from home?
Me.
Yeah.
I do actually.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've been working home for a while now, but
Do you
I've
think
learned a lot to make it work for me. So I do.
Yeah. So for our top recommendation, we'd like to recommend something to you guys. So it can be an app, a website, a person, a song, anything really. Just so we like to share something to you guys. So Dana, why don't you go ahead with your one?
Yeah, I actually very recently on the topic about making the work from home situation work for you. I can't believe I did not take advantage of this before, but it's an app called Notion. And it's like a project managing app, which is along the lines of what I do, project managing. But I've been able to customize that for my own personal use and really laid out like my goals or my tasks for a day. To be able to see it visually and to customizable like boxes or lists or whichever is amazing, especially if you're a visual learner like me. So Notion has been quite a good, like a very good change for me, and I hope maybe that can be something for you. I mean, there's a lot of project management apps out there, but
Yeah.
this one has made all the difference in my productivity for sure.
That's great. That's great. My one, my top recommendations. There's actually I think four of them, but it's in the same category. It's not related to working from home, but it's more of a hobby from home. If that's how you call it. But because of lockdown, a lot of my friends have started streaming on Twitch. So like a gaming stream.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want
I noticed that too.
I want to recommend their stream to you guys. So the first one is at KexBex official, I do believe. Second one is at KPSMNT underscore. The third one is at G17, and then the last one is at CallMeAyeAyeRon. So all this, I recommend following those four. Sometimes we do. Sometimes I join them on their stream. we play. We play Scary Sundays or Mario Kart Mondays. So yeah, you can check them out. I highly recommend. Thank you.
So the quote of the week this is from James Clear 321 Thursday article. Balance is timing, not intensity. It is not doing multiple tasks at 80%, but developing the skill of turning it on and turning it off. Sleep fully, then work intensely. Focus deeply, then relax completely. Give each phase your full attention. Balance is when to, not how to. And this really resonated to me, just also coming from that work from home perspective. Finding that balance between, what's essential to you, what productivity means to you, because I think that in essence will kind of
that's actually really cool because one of the top recommendations from last week was James Clear.
Yeah, well, he is the author of Atomic Habits. Right?
Yeah, so that's really cool actually.
So yeah, this quote actually came to mind on some things I've been reading too, and it really did resonate with me, especially on this topic. So
I like that. Yeah. Thank you very much. So that's it for our episode for today. I hope you guys enjoy it, especially those who are working from home. I hope you guys have found something relatable to this episode. But if you found some differences, or if you have any other thoughts about working from home, then leave us a comment below or send us a message on Instagram and let us know. But special thank you to Daina, our Cali girl, for joining us as a guest. Thank you so much.
Follow me.
Follow her. She's now an influencer. I mean, she is in LA, so I swear that's
that even mean?
Because that's where all the influencers gather, right? In LA. But yeah, thank you so much. Giving us really good
here. Thank you.
Giving us really good points about working from home. I think.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to give a shout out to your socials or your if you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Yes, I will do that. Go. You can. I'm always looking for friends. Go and follow me on Instagram at Daine. That's DAINE 4 Ys. Hope I got that right. But shout out to my family and my close friends, of course. And my younger sister, who I mentioned, Daisy, who's getting married. Congrats!
Congrats!
I hope I do well as your MOH.
Wow.
Yeah. Shout out to some of my closest friends. Author Jean Jensen, my cousin in Colorado. I hope to see my author Jamie. And then just all those I'm really hoping to hang out with after COVID, or when we get out of this and we can actually hang out. But yeah, shout out to all my followers.
Awesome. She's such a natural. Um,
Yeah, right.
uh, for me, I want to give a shout first to at Melody J. My friend, it's her birthday soon. So happy birthday. I don't know when. I'm sorry. I just know it's soon. But I'm shout to you. Also, for you guys, just want to give a little context. So when I was actually in LA, so Dana here and your brother, right? And
Yeah,
also um
at Emmerich.
at Emmerich and Elma Joy, they actually toured me around LA. So I'm really grateful. So shout out to you guys, to Dana and her family, and also at Emmerich and her family, and of course Ejoy. So thank you. Shout out to you guys. But if you'd like to follow me or join me in our audience participation, then you can follow me on Instagram at Making Sense with Calvino, or you can be a patron at patreon.com/Making Sense with Calvino. But that's it for today. Yeah, so thank you again, everyone. So I'll see you again next Monday. Bye.
Bye.